Good morning. Good morning. So I kept on debating, going back and forth like, dang, what am I gonna speak to them about this morning? I do like voice recordings and I be writing down little notes and all this different stuff, all throughout the day because I'm constantly um listening to stuff and talking to people and different things like that to constantly spark ideas about things to come to you all with. And I had thought about. I said, you know what, Kita, you write this. I write a newsletter. I write this newsletter. I posted on my business page. I posted on the YouTube page. I run off copies. I make copies and I take them to work. The newsletter is called hashtag Grow Girl, and at the same during the same time that I dropped a podcast and I started doing this motivational speaking and all of this, I came up with this with my newsletter. Well, I had said the other day, I think I may talk to them about something with the newsletter, but then I was going back and I just kept on going back and forth. However, something made me decide, nope, going on and read the newsletter. So let me put my glasses on, y'all. Let me put my glasses on because the girl vision is not too good. So anyway, on my newsletter on the back page, I always do something that's kind of like dealing with, I want to say, I guess, I like our thought process, like maybe like values or morals or this and that or whatever, like kind of like breaking it down. So this was my third issue, and on the third issue, I was speaking about procrastination, and then I said, "What's that all about?" So anyway, it says procrastination is a common behavior that many individuals engage in at some point in their lives. It refers to the act of delaying or postponing tasks or actions that need to be accomplished. It is a behavior that affects people from all walks of life and can occur in various aspects such as work, school, or personal life. Procrastination is rooted in things such as the fear of failure, lack of motivation, and oftentimes poor time management skills. Procrastination often stems from the desire to avoid unpleasant or challenging tasks. I choose to talk about procrastination today because this is something that I have struggled with for many, many years, and I have. I can remember a time when I used to tell my kids that we were procrastination royalty. I'm a queen, y'all. I got some princes and I got some three princes and one princess. Okay, we were procrastination royalty. I'm not about to play. If there was a way to drag something out to the last possible moment, we would usually figure it out. Over the years, we've had countless ideas, made numerous plans that didn't go quite the way that we imagined because we procrastinated. Once my kids were grown and I found myself in a place where the decisions that I was making were primarily for myself, I began to ask myself, why was I dragging things out the way that I was? I wasn't doing this with everything, but when I did, it would be excessive. Like me taking 20 years to finally write my book, okay? Whenever someone would say, Keita, you should write a book, I would always reply, I don't know how to start because I couldn't seem to figure out how do you start a book out. What is it that you even do? This is how I was feeling like I can't even figure out where to start the book off at. So this kept on going on for 20 years. Again, this went on for 20 years, but in all actuality, I had been writing things down for years, but none of it ever really seemed right. And I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to stop for a minute. I'm going to show y'all an example of how I was writing this stuff down for years. I got this little box over here, y'all. I got this little box, and I'm going to just pull out. I'm just pulling out some of the stuff. All of these, this stuff. These is books. These is notebooks, and I got more of them over on the side. Books of me constantly writing down different things, okay? All these different ideas, but I kept saying, I don't know where to start. Wait a minute. I gotta step away for a minute. So, however it is, I was saying I would constantly change the title of the book, okay? I had numerous titles over the years, over those 20 years. I changed the title of the stories, all right? I say maybe I could write a poetry book, because when I was writing, I would have poems and things like that. That was in these different notebooks, whatever would end up coming to me. So I say, okay, maybe I can write a poetry book. Then I change it to a fictionalized book that will be loosely based on my life, all right? Because I kept on feeling like, the reason why people kept asking me already or saying to me, Kitty, you should write a book, you should write a book, because of the things that I have been through in my life. Like, girl, you got a story to tell. But I was so concerned about, I guess, exposing people, or making somebody look bad, or hurting somebody's feelings, or whatever the case may be, that I started thinking, okay, maybe I can write a fictionalized story that was loosely based on my life. But I couldn't even hardly figure out that, because I couldn't keep the characters straight. Okay, I'm trying to name each person something else. And as I'm trying to write it, I got to keep on remembering this fictionalized name. And it's like, I ain't really about the fiction. So it's hard for me to do it. It's like, I kind of like got to do a real, or don't do it at all. That's what I started realizing as I was trying to do it in that manner. So I could never just decide on something and work on it. For years, I couldn't figure out why I was procrastinating so much, until I was introduced to the word perfectionist. I was told that I was indeed a perfectionist, and this had a lot to do with my chronic need for things to be exactly right. Okay? You see, a perfectionist is a person who refuses to accept any standard short of perfection. And that was and still is sometimes me. Okay, I keep on holding something up, because I need it to be just right. I mean, come on. I keep on. Okay, I ain't even gonna lie. I do stuff like that with my hair. There's people that know about it with my hair, with my clothes, it's like I guess it's kind of like an OCD kind of thing too that I have. It gotta be right. It gotta be right. So I say, it's okay to want something done right, or to the highest standards possible. That's okay. Okay? But constantly holding it off until it's perfect is a surefire way to never get it done. If you have something you said you want to do, just do it. Just do it, okay? I finally gave myself permission to get out there and do whatever it is I think or say that I want to do, because I want to do it. I want to do it. I figure there's no time like the present. I say all this to say, nothing or no one is perfect. Not you, not me, not none of us is perfect. And if you waiting on that, I'm telling you, you're not going to ever do anything. You're not going to ever get nothing done. So procrastinate no more. We're all out here trying to figure it out, baby, because I'm trying to figure it out every day. You see, I said I had to figure out what am I going to talk to them about today, because I had a couple of different subjects or topics, but which one is the one I want to talk to them about? So we're all out here trying to figure it out. The key is to be okay with doing it and figuring it out at the same time, okay? So you can do a little bit. Okay, let me study some of this. Do a little bit. Let me call up somebody. Do a little bit and say, I'm just gonna put it out there and see how I go. You know what I'm saying? But just do a little bit. Do a little bit. And what made me go on and land on this topic and talk to you about it is because when I do this newsletter, like I said, I print them out and I take them to my job. And on Monday, I think it was, a Tuesday, when I printed them out, I think it was Monday, and I laid them in one of the bathrooms. And probably maybe 10 minutes after I put the newsletters in there, a lady came up to me and she said, this is you, right? This is you. And I said, yeah. And she just instantly became emotional. And she started explaining to me that when she read it that quick, I mean, I'm telling you, it was like maybe 10 minutes. She said when she read it, she felt like I was talking to her. And she expressed her, her things about it and everything, and was just like, oh my God, and, just saying different stuff to me. And I ended up letting her know, I said, just like I said on the front, I said, you can start over as many times as you need to. As many times, it ain't no set amount of time. We alive. We still here. There's no set amount of time that you have other than not being on this earth anymore to not try to do whatever it is that you want to do. So go on. Don't be mad at yourself. Don't be mad at yourself. You can't beat yourself up about what's already in the past. It's like basically that's spilled milk. You know what I'm saying? That's spilled milk. So just come on, pick it on up and get on out here and try. Well, the next day, I ended up seeing her and she said, Keita, she said, I did something yesterday and it made me smile. It made me feel good that me just deciding to stop procrastinating and do some of the things I have been saying. I'm going to do a newsletter. I'm going to do a newsletter. I'm going to do a podcast. I'm blah, blah, blah. All these different things. And I did. Okay. I did my newsletter now. Okay. I wrote my book now. Okay. I wrote my book. I did that. I had a podcast now. I'm sitting here and I'm speaking to you all now because, like I done said before, either you're going to do it or you're not. And I had to say that to myself. I have to constantly remind myself, Keita, either you're going to do it or not. Or you're not. So I'm telling all of you the same thing. And finally, what made me end up landing on this and saying, no, Keita, this is what you should talk about. I was doing my vision board this morning, doing my praying, going all around the room. Keita, yeah. What I do to get me in my mood. And as I'm reading it, I'm reading on a new vision board that I still have to finish up from my vision board workshop that I went to a couple of weeks ago. And one of the things that I ended up putting on there was, let me get it. It says, energy speaks before you do. Energy speaks before you do. Okay? So the energy that we put off, the energy that we put out, that vibe that we put out, that speak before we do. Okay? So this the type of energy that I'm putting out. Okay? Hashtag grow girl. Okay? This the type of energy that I'm putting out. Okay? The me that I want to be. Okay? He said, she said. That's the type of energy that I want to put out. And so I said, no, go on, Keita, read this to them because you coming with positivity. You spreading positivity. Your whole vibe is screaming positivity. Your smile says positivity. Okay, so keep on doing what you do, how you do it, because can't nobody do it like I do it, just like can't nobody do it like you do it. All right. So if you procrastinating about something, if it's something that you've been saying that I want to do it, I should do it, I don't know how to do it, or whatever, start somewhere. Start somewhere, because that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I continue to do, is just keep on putting one foot in front of the other. This is what I said to the lady. I said, if you take one step, God will take two. Okay? If you take one step, God will take two. All right? So get out here and get to making some steps. I'll talk to you all later. Drive safely. Have a good day. Happy Thursday. And talk to y'all tomorrow. All right.